All right, let's talk about SpaceX. Now, we all see the incredible launches, the boosters landing perfectly. It's amazing stuff. But what if I told you that's not even the real story? That SpaceX is quietly becoming something much, much bigger than just a rocket company. Yeah, I mean, the whole launch pad spectacle, the fire, the noise, it's awesome, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg. It's only a tiny piece of a much larger puzzle. So in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain. We're going to look at a huge structural shift that could honestly redefine our future, not just in space, but right here on Earth. You ready? Let's get into it. Okay, first big idea. You've heard of the military-industrial complex, right? Well, SpaceX is basically building version 2.0, but here's the kicker. It looks absolutely nothing like the old one. See, SpaceX isn't just a contractor getting orders anymore. No, they are providing the actual infrastructure. We're talking communication, surveillance, getting things to space, the whole package. And what's really wild is how deep this goes already. Starshield, for example, that's the military version of Starlink. It isn't some pie-in-the-sky idea. It's happening right now. They're taking this massive civilian network and turning it into a critical military asset. So you might be asking, what makes this Complex 2.0 so different? Well, it all boils down to one simple, massive change. Who's in the driver's seat? Think about it this way. In the old days, the government was the customer. A general would walk into, say, Lockheed Martin and go, hey, build us a new fighter jet. And they'd spend years and billions of taxpayer dollars doing just that. Now, it's completely flipped. SpaceX builds an amazing commercial product like Starlink for you and me, gets it working perfectly, and then they walk over to the government and say, hey, want the superpowered military version? It's a finished product, ready to go. And this isn't just a change in how you do business. It's a total shift in philosophy. The whole reason for being changes. It goes from let's protect our country to let's make sure the entire human species survives. You can see how that completely changes the game, right? The scale, the ambition, it's just on another level. And this roadmap here, it shows you just how fast this is happening. We're not talking about some far-off future. By 2030, just a few years from now, we could be looking at one company that's essentially a space force, a global internet provider, and a solar system-wide transportation service, all rolled into one. Just think about that. Okay, so the military angle is huge for sure, but it's actually just one piece of an even bigger puzzle. This is where things start to get really mind-bending. Let's zoom out and look at the whole picture. This is the key mind shift we need to make. Stop thinking of SpaceX as a company that serves countries. Start thinking of it like the power grid or the internet itself. It's becoming a fundamental utility that our entire civilization depends on. It's the base layer that everything else gets built on top of. And because its main infrastructure is literally in space, it kind of gets to float above the usual politics. It's borderless by design. SpaceX can beam down a service from orbit anywhere on the planet without having to ship a bunch of hardware across borders. I mean, that completely changes the rules of geopolitics, doesn't it? So naturally, this whole new setup is a classic double-edged sword. On one hand, the benefits are just insane. We're talking about innovation at a speed we've never seen, incredible new capabilities, maybe even bypassing censorship. But on the other hand, the risks are just as big. We're looking at a crazy amount of power concentrated in one company, a company that could easily become more powerful than most countries on Earth. That's a big deal. To really get our heads around this massive shift, we have to look somewhere a little unexpected. Believe it or not, the best analogy comes straight from the world of sci-fi. Okay, so in the Gundam universe, there's this mega corporation called Anaheim Electronics, and they weren't just some arms dealer. No, they were the company that built the entire space age. They built the colonies, the ships, the hardware, and they supplied it to everyone, even if they were at war with each other. They were the technological backbone of civilization. Now look at this. The similarities are just striking. It's almost spooky. You've got SpaceX in Hawthorne, California, Anaheim Electronics in, you guessed it, Anaheim. Both are driven by this grand vision of humanity expanding into space. Both are the top dogs for the military, and both are providing the absolute essential tech of their time. It's a mirror image. So this isn't just a cool, nerdy comparison. It's actually a really useful way to think about what's happening. We're literally watching the birth of, Hawthorne Electronics. So what does it all mean? What does it look like to live in the era of Hawthorne Electronics? What's the big takeaway here? Well, here's the likely playbook. It might sound like it's straight out of a movie, but every step here is a logical conclusion from where we are right now. We're talking about a future where a civilization's supply company isn't just a player on the world stage. It's the company that builds the stage, and it holds the keys to our future off-world. And this quote just nails it. It's not about being an arms dealer for a country anymore. It's about being the platform for the entire planet, a total category shift. And that really leaves us with the big one, doesn't it? The ultimate question. When a single company becomes the operating system for civilization itself, who gets to write the code? It's a question that's less about rockets and more about power, control, and what our future is really going to look like in the age of Hawthorne electronics.